I'm Lama Tsomo, and I'm sitting in this undecided moment with you. We're all in this together. As a matter of fact, the whole world is watching. And all of us, I think, are feeling some anxiety. And it reminds me of a story or where I read this, but it was a true story of a woman who had this background anxiety and she just couldn't shake it. And she finally went to a therapist and did a bunch of therapy and finally was able to sort of tamp it down. And then it turned out that World War II started right after that, and she was a Jew in Germany. So the point of that story is pretty obvious. Um, maybe your anxiety isn't something just to push away. Maybe it's there for you to look at. So when I feel anxiety, like now, I take that anxiety from sort of looming behind and I put it in front and really look at it and see um, what are things about that I can't really do much about, but just need to watch. What are things that I'm thinking are scary, and once I actually look at them, actually that thing, that's not so scary. That's okay, or it's easily fixable. And then there's some other things that I need to know about, which is why the anxiety, it's there for a reason. And so I look at it and see, well, what can I do to actually address it? And then I try to put a plan in place. So that's exactly what I do. I'm just telling you my process. And my little prompt for myself is I ask myself, what's the worst thing that can happen when I'm feeling that kind of looming anxiety? And that helps me to do this process of bringing it out in front. Instead of this looming monster, it comes in front and it's like, oh, actually, it looks like this, this, and this. And here's what I can do about it, or at least I know about it, that kind of thing. So I invite you in this time when we're in limbo in this historic moment um, to do that for yourself. And one thing that could possibly stop us from taking action, there are a couple of things. One is we think, well, I'm just one person. But every single vote is from one person. And now there are other things we can do, each and every one of us. And banding together, of course, we become more powerful. So there are lots of groups doing lots of things. And we on Namchak are starting to share those on our website with each other, just on a free sort of bulletin board kind of thing. So those are things you can do. There are things you can do in your personal life to make sure that you and your family feel as safe as possible with whatever nutsiness comes down. And so through all of that, of course, daily meditation, stopping every once in a while during the day and just noticing this breath and opening that up so that it's not constricted, does a huge amount to ground us and settle us. So those are my tricks that I do for myself, and I'm just sharing with you them with you today, and we'll get through this together.